Hello, and welcome to the fifth and final core magic system of the Vineyard, and the most powerful of them all. Welcome to Earth. Need I say more? This power, one of the reasons it is the most powerful, is it's closely tied to the core power of Vroth, Mantle of the Spirit, first splinter of Averor. Now to the nitty-gritty. Let's be honest, the indomitable human spirit still often cracks and breaks and splinters under the greatest of trauma. That's right, this magic system is trauma. Under great duress, a person's soul may splinter and send a piece of it off into an object nearby them, generally one of value to the individual. The degree of the splinter can vary widely depending on both the intrinsic value of the object to the person, as well as the depravity and depth of the trauma. Now, I know I've said this a couple times, but this magic system aspect of the soul is the most varied and most wide of all of the systems, other than potentially very creative sorcerers using blood on Auron. Now, there's only a few rules for splinters. One, the abilities are tied to a person's personality or potentially their inner beliefs. Power cannot be activated when the individual is not touching their splinter, the object that's possessed by their splinter. 3, the splinter develops its own budding consciousness, kind of like an AI, that eventually can develop into their own person in a way. The individual that was splintered does not remember the trauma that created the splinter, but the splinter knows. That kind of ties into a potential outcome for somebody with a splinter, which is over time, that individual may learn more and more about exactly what happened to them, at which point they have completed their growth back to their original person, their original who they were, and absorbing the splinter. At this point, they gain the full breadth and power of the splinter. However, the consciousness of the splinter is gone, more like absorbed into the original person, thus gaining all of the memories and all of the experiences of that splinter as if they had experienced it themselves, which a good chunk of it they did. Now, this may be among the smallest minority of individuals that have the capacity to, well, have splinters, I guess. I want to say pre-cataclysm, it's probably somewhere between 5 and 15% of the population that develop splinters. Post-cataclysm, it's closer to 70 to 85%, maybe even higher depending on what I want to do later. Though most splinters are not as powerful or potent. The delivery system for this magic is a little bit less straightforward, but at the same time it's pretty straightforward. The trauma or the memories are the main fuel source or delivery system for this magic. A purpose or conviction mixed with determination can also very much be an aspect to that. Currently, there are no readable stories of this magic system or on Earth. However, there may be some humans from Earth in other series currently, but you'll just have to go read and find out. So, well, that's it. That's all 5 of my magic systems, core magic systems for my universe. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching and are maybe a little bit more intrigued about what I'm going to do. Stay tuned. This channel is going to have a whole lot more focuses on all the aspects. That was an unintentional pun. All the aspects of the Vineyard. There's a lot more to come. Obviously, more world building stuff. Also, tons of plot stuff, hooks for the stories that you might want to read, as well as the characters, the people that will inhabit this. I wanted to do the magic first as the groundwork for all of the rest of these videos, so you're not really lost as we go through all of these. And if you're hopping in later, we'll come back and watch these. They'll make everything else make a little bit more sense as far as why things are the way they are. So thank you so much. Hope you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing, because it makes this a whole lot easier to do if people actually care. Have a wonderful day, And don't forget, there are no bad ideas, just unfinished ones. Take care.